Hi class, welcome back. I'm Dr. Ebony, your Right Well coach. Today we're gonna start our class a little late, but we are here this term. So go ahead and grab your pens, grab your laptops, grab your paper. We are talking about documenting family stories. So I get so many questions about how do I start, where do I start, what do I write about? And so I want to give you a little bit of an outline about how to get started if you are ready to write your family stories. There are going to be a lot of people, especially now, that are trying to have you be quiet, have you not talk about your stories, but we know the value of sharing our stories. We know the value of passing along these stories. Our stories need to be told and our voices have value. And so we are going to be taking this course this term. What we're going to be doing is taking one step at a time. So I would say 10 weeks. The first step we are going to start with a conversation. Which seems simple enough, right? So the first step is going to be starting a conversation, talking to your family members, asking them about their favorite memories, about their worst memories, their advice, and we're going to be writing that down, okay? So you're going to be doing more writing in this class than we are going to be doing talking, but I do want it to be a little bit of a conversation as well. So the first step, we're going to be starting a conversation with our family members. So if you have ever wanted to write your family story, if you've ever wanted to document your entire family history, here's the first step. Start that conversation, okay? So talk to your family members who are willing to have the conversation. Ask them open-ended questions about their lives, about their experiences, about their memories. Try and capture as much of the conversation as you can. You can either write it down, you can record them, you can ask them to create videos, you can send them an email blast and ask them to record all this information. Any of it's okay. The goal is to get that information from your family members, okay? So I like to ask my family members and add it to an outline, a working outline that I update all the time. You can use an outline. You don't have to. We'll work on putting it all together later. But your very first step is going to be starting that conversation. Okay, so if you've ever, hello, welcome class, welcome. We are talking about documenting family stories. So your first step is going to be starting a conversation, okay? Ask them open-ended questions. So you want something more than yes, no answers. What you want is a story about their best memories, about their experiences, where did they grow up. Try and collect dates. I was born this date. I graduated school this date. I attended this school. Here were my friends. Get as much information as you possibly can, okay? Document it all. Write it down, okay? Ask them to tell you their fears. Ask them to tell you their dreams. Ask them to tell you who their friends were. You want to talk to as many family members as possible, okay? Get as much information as you can. Don't worry about organizing it so that it looks nice. Don't worry about all that. You can put it together later. But this is just the first step, okay? We're going to go through 10 more steps, okay? We're going to get these family histories documented. The very first step, I just want you to talk to your family members. See who is willing to talk to you and jot down as much information as you can, okay? Remember, the questions are open-ended. So say, what was your best memory? What was your worst memory? What was your fear? How did you handle this situation? What advice do you have on the topic? What was the world like when you were growing up? On your block, who were your friends? Okay, who were your enemies? We do this in my family a lot. My mom is the story keeper of the family. and we just ask open-ended questions, okay? So you want to avoid the close-ended because those are just yes, no, right? Were you a good friend? Yes. You don't get that much information, right? So you want to keep the questions open-ended, all right? Start with a who, what, why, or where, and let them just share their stories with you. And your job is to write it down, okay? We are documenting stories. In a time where they are telling you your stories do not matter and do not count and they want you to silence them, we are going to be working on documenting these stories, okay? All right, so you have the first step. That's the first step. It's start that conversation, all right? By the end of this, we are going to put it all together. We're going to create an outline, and I'm going to show you how to write it down. For now, I just want you to start with the conversation. Identify 3 family members. This is your assignment for this week. Identify 3 family members that you can interview. Okay, you're going to start this conversation with 3 family members. So identify 3 family members, make a list of questions, and arrange a meeting with those family members. Okay, you can call them, you can send them a message, you can do this through text, you can go visit them if you live nearby. Identify 3 family members that you can interview, okay? Make a list of questions. I would say make a list of 10 questions, okay? So 3 family members, 10 questions, and try and set up that meeting. All right, so by next class, I want you to have the 10 questions. I want you to have the 3 family members who you can talk to, all right? And then in the comments, I'm going to put our syllabus for this entire journey. I'm also going to put your assignment so you don't forget. In the comments, you can also say what you're working on, why documenting your family story is important to you. I know in my family, we wanted our story to be told. I've been writing books for many years now, children's stories, so that our stories are documented and written down to pass along to the next generations, okay? So you may have a different reason. You may just want to, hello, welcome, welcome. We are talking about documenting family stories, welcome. So you may have a different reason why you want these stories documented. I wanted to pass along stories to young children, so I write children's books, but you can write for whatever audience. You can write for your own family. You can write just for yourself so you can remember the details when you get older, or if you would like to share with other people. So we can document family stories for many different reasons. So your assignment for today, welcome. Your assignment for today, identify 3 family members and write a list of 10 open-ended questions that you can ask them, and start collecting that information, okay? You can ask questions like, what was your childhood like? Describe your best vacation, your worst vacation. What is your biggest fear? What is the best advice you have ever given? What do you hope our future looks like? What is your expertise? Things like that, open-ended, so that they can give you information, okay? So you want to identify those 3 family members, set up that meeting, and then ask them your list of 10 questions. So next class, we are going to be talking about how you record those interviews, okay? Have a great rest of your day. Tell me in the comments what you are, who you're going to interview, what questions you're going to ask, and why you want to document your family stories. Okay? Have a great day. For those of you who are just joining, I'm Dr. Ebony. I am your Write Well coach. I write children's books, and I'm an English professor. So welcome.